All right, everybody, what we're going to talk about today is mats. And mats are essentially another way to kind of control your masks within Adobe After Effects. Track mats use one layer to control the visibility of another layer. Alpha mats use transparency, and Luma mats use things like brightness. In this video, we're going to compare both types, play with some inversion, and show you how to kind of set them up to create some really cool footage. The first thing you want to make sure you understand is even though masks and track mats can control visibility, they use completely different structures. For example, if I were to select a layer and draw a mask, like we've done in previous videos, that's going to put the mask on the layer. It's not using a completely different layer to control this. It's within that same layer stack. Let's undo that with Command or Control Z. Mask is a path attached directly to a layer. On the other hand here, a track mat uses a separate layer as that visibility source. This is where you can start having some fun. You could use shapes or text. Let's go ahead and just type the text, and we're going to type alpha. And let's scale this up. This is a completely unique layer, right? That has some transparency and the text here. And if I'm setting up a track mat, it's going to use this to control elements and still keep this layer independent. So with me having this on the layer stack now, I want to make sure that I'm turning on the visibility of my track mats, and that you want to see a couple things. You want to see the track mat drop downs. You want to see the different track mat switches like Alpha Luma mat as well as invert mat. And then the next step is you want to select the layer that you want the mat or to be applied to. In this case, I have kind of two pieces of footage here, but I want this initial piece to be the layer that is kind of cut out, and I want that beach scene to show up in the white area. To do this, I go to the mats and I set it to the alpha mat. That's going to fill in the gap. Now, I have a lot of fun ways to kind of flip this with invert, but I also have this symbol here, which is basically telling me now that alpha is the mask or the alpha mat for this split layer. And you can see once I kind of have them overlapping the different layers, you can see they kind of do some really cool blending effects, which can be really, really helpful, especially if you have like a lot of soft edges on the specific piece of text. Now, another thing it did is turn off the eyeball. So if I were to go and type Gaussian blur, for instance, and drop that on my text and spread that out a little bit, what you're noticing is that blurry text, right, is acting now like its own mask. We can actually feather this using effects as well. Something to think about because you can start really exploring different effects too. Another great way to do this is adding things like noise. Noise is a great effect. If I type noise and kind of start putting that in there on the text and whatnot, or even just having that on its own layer, I can do that. Let's go ahead and delete that, and let's talk a little bit about now, beyond transparency, let's talk a little bit about Luma mats. Luma mats use brightness instead of transparency. For instance, if I were to take a layer and a solid, and we're going to use fractal noise. There we go. And I have black and white, and I change that to be a noise map, and I switch the switch, so to speak, to Luma. I now have kind of this matte in here masking out the pieces. And just to show you, it's being controlled by the brightness and the contrast. I can change things like complexity. I could go ahead and animate this. And when you have it over another piece of footage, if I have these footages overlapping, you can see both kind of footages coming in. But the cool part about the Luma mat is you can actually use pre-existing footage. I'm gonna take this kind of blowing smoke, and I want to show you how cool that you can create a mat with that. So I'm going to drag that to the top like we've been. I'm going to go back to that split left, and I'm going to set it to the smoke layer. And I'm going to make sure that the Luma, it's a little sun for brightness, is on. And now check that out. You can see it. Now, it may be hard to see, so let's move it so you can just see the black. It actually creates a mask underneath it. So multiple ways. Now this would be a really complex mask for us to draw with the pen tool. So using a pre-existing matte piece of footage really helps. And the magic is when you start blending these together, right? When you start overlapping them to get all these nice little areas of interest to kind of blend together and fade in. You almost get that double exposure effect. And we can also invert these. So you can also get some really cool, you know, if you want to kind of invert it to have, you know, the black and the white switch spots, so to speak, we can do that. And you get really great blending. Again, a matte source is an independent layer. We can add more effects to it. It's going to remain stationary, but it's really visible to kind of separate a single composition scene. So you look at effects such as, you know, turbulent noise, fractal noise, Gaussian blur to really add to that. To recap, an alpha is going to focus on transparency, black and white transparency with gray, while a luma is the brightness of the image or video you use will affect what is being revealed and what is being concealed. These are going to be really important motion design elements because when you start experimenting with them, you can start playing around with things like blending and collage and double exposure, and it can be really powerful for your design. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.